After several years of debate, lawmakers may finally be closing in on a deal to pay for better roads. The Senate passed a plan this afternoon, and now it's up to the House.
Political reporter Rick Alvin is camped out at the Capitol talking to those working on this deal. Rick, where do things stand in the House right now?
Right now in the House, there's very little going on. We've got live pictures from inside the chamber right now. 3 hours ago, when the Senate passed this deal that would invert the dollar figure, $200 million for registration fee increases, $400 million for a gas tax increase, just the opposite of what the House sent to the Senate earlier. This looked like it was about to come together. In fact, there were some people saying, you know what? You may be home by 6 o'clock, or you may be back in Grand Rapids in time to cover the election. Doesn't look like that at all right now. In fact, I talked to about 10 lawmakers in the past hour. There's a lot of pessimism. One told me, I think we can get there, but it's going to take a long time. Another one said, we're not going to get there. You may stay here all night and there will be no vote. But let's go back earlier to the optimism that was expressed by at least the Republicans over in the Senate, not shared with the Democratic leader. You're not sure if there's the votes in the House and that they may...
No, I have great confidence in the Speaker. We worked very, very closely together. He's got a great group over there, and I believe the Speaker is going to come with a vote this afternoon or this evening, however he gets that done, and I believe he'll be successful.
Will the governor express support for this plan?
The governor will support the plan, yes.
We shouldn't make cuts so far down the road and expect that future legislatures are going to be more responsible than we are. We should be responsible now. This is the reason why people don't trust people in politics. You got folks in Washington, screaming, fighting each other, and not coming up with solutions. And I think we just did that again today.
This was a very partisan plan. There was one Democratic vote over in the Senate. Over in the House, don't expect any, if there's a vote at all. It would cost you about 7.3 cents a gallon more for a gallon of gas each time you fill up your car. Your registration fee go up about 20%. All of this would start January 1st, 2017. Then there's that other big question. $600 million created by revenue increases, $600 million by somehow taking that money out of the general fund. And some people say that's just not reliable. First, it may not always be there. Second, you can't bind future legislators to that kind of appropriation. So we're not sure how solid this deal is, but right now it may not matter because over in the House, they haven't put up a vote yet. Doesn't mean that they won't. We're going to be here until they do or don't and keep an eye on it. But at least right now, I know there are some people in the House that are less than optimistic, and that has changed in the last hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
And Rick, when Senator Meekhof says that the governor supports the plan, he's talking about the Senate version or the House?
I think he was talking about the Senate version, but let's be clear. I think the governor would sign almost anything that would do the deal right now. If they get to that $1.2 billion. I mean, they've gone through 10 different incarnations, at least publicly, and probably many more in private. So I think the governor would be on board on this. I don't think he likes the $600 million from the general fund, but he probably would go along with it because Republicans are going to have to at some point say they were able to lead and govern. They own everything. They have all the levers of power in Lansing. And if they can't get something done with the roads, Democrats in this next election cycle are going to say, so what? They're in power, they're in charge, but they're not getting the job done.
All right.
It's going to be a long night, I think, Rick. Thanks for that live report
right
from Lansing tonight.